There was a lot of anticipation. The first sighting of Syd, live performance from Syd Barrett.
Can you tell us about that performance?
Well, first of all, it was at Olympia, and I thought it was at Earl's Court for the last 30 years. So maybe Syd's not the only one who's been a little bit affected.
The one and only Syd Barrett, a billed Syd Barrett performance. You and Jerry played at Olympia, I think.
Mm.
Can you tell us about that?
I can't remember a lot about it. I can't remember how it came about. We played in the sort of in the front foyer, I think, at something or other. I can't really remember what it was, but I seem to remember it was in the daytime. I seem to remember it being daylight outside, and we were just behind those big glass-fronted doors all the way along front. I have no memory of exactly how that came about or who wanted to do it.
Somewhere soon after the release of the Barrett, the second solo album, the powers that be wanted Syd to do a live show, obviously to promote the record, and there was this kind of 14-hour Technicolor Dream type of gig, an all-day, all-night gig being put on at Olympia. I cannot for the life of me remember any of the other bands, but it was all the top weird bands of the time.
It was so I tell you what it's called. It was called the Fashion Extravaganza.
It was called the what?
Fashion Extravaganza.
The Fashion Extravaganza?
Yeah.
Oh, God. What, we were supposed to be fashionable at the time?
Yeah.
Is that really what it was called? Oh, my God. I can't... Is that worse than 14-hour Technicolor Dream?
Yes.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, there we were, ever so fashionable. Me, David and Syd. The management wanted him to play a gig. And that was like, oh, you're kidding, right? And the only person who was brave enough to take it on was David. And I figured, well, if David's brave enough, and he was kind enough to ask me, because he knew no one else would do it probably, I said yes to being a drummer. I can't remember if we rehearsed at all. Probably we didn't. Or if we did rehearse, it would have been with an acoustic guitar at David's apartment or my apartment or whatever. Come showtime, we were supposed to get up there and do, I don't know, not very long, half hour, 40 minutes, not even. I think we got as far as the second number, maybe the third, or it might have been the third verse. I seem to remember the number 3 had something to do with it. But Syd just stopped playing, and we got, I think it was the third number, and Syd stopped and walked off, but it wasn't one of those, I'm a rock star who's walking off stage, throws his guitar down, moment of drama. It wasn't remotely fashionable. All he did was literally just stop. Like someone was playing a tape and had pressed the stop button. We're all, gigolo, aren't you are a gigolo, aren't Dave and I, jack, doom, guitar, and Syd just took his guitar off, put it down, and gently and quietly walked off stage. It was like, that was it, I'm done. I got up here, I did what I was asked to do, and now it's time for me to finish. And so Dave and I, as best as I can recall, we just left there, alrighty then, and came to a slow, somewhat embarrassing end and just walked off ourselves.
And we played a few songs, and Syd put his guitar down and walked off, and we left, and that was it.
Jerry's memory was that he stopped halfway through a song, so put the guitar down. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. I can't remember. I think I was playing the bass, and Syd was playing the guitar and singing, and Jerry was playing the drums, and I remember it being quite brief.
Wasn't the brightest idea in the world trying to get Syd to do a live gig at the time. I do remember thinking this has got disaster written all over it.
My memory, I'm afraid, is not good of that moment.
Probably willingly wiped it, actually.
I don't think it was that traumatic. I just, it didn't assume the sort of significance that people attach to these things later at that moment. So I wasn't thinking, God, people will say this is the only gig that Syd ever did after Pink Floyd, and I should remember it.
And there's probably people have got, you know, tapes of that somewhere and think it's magnificent. I don't know.